In this video, I'm going to show you how you can play the melody to Softly as in a Morning Sunrise in octaves. But before I do that, I thought I should run you through the technique of playing octaves in a jazz context on the guitar. So let's have a look at the first section of this melody in octaves. It sounds like this. That sort of thing. Now let's have a look at the first octave there on the high E. So first finger's on the third string, 9th fret, and the fourth finger is on the first string, 12th fret. Okay, so those two together. Okay, now you tend to strum octaves if you want to sound like Wes Montgomery or guys like that. So you can strum them with your thumb like this. And that kind of sounds like Wes Montgomery, but keep in mind that Wes Montgomery actually had a corn kind of on his thumb there. So he had like a growth there that actually kind of sounded like a pick. How weird's that? And that's why he got that really punchy sound when he used his thumb to play single lines or octaves. Now most people obviously don't have a huge big corn on their thumb there. So when I want to get a punchy sound, I tend not to do that actually. I would more play it as with my back of my fingernail, like my first finger there. I would go, but that's because I play finger style. So if you used a pick, you would just strum with a pick. It's fine. You don't need to use your thumb like Wes Montgomery if you're more of a pick player or whatever. So that's the plucking hand. Now let's look at the fretting hand. So we've got these two fingers down, one on the third string, one on the first string. Now, you got to be careful that you don't sound the note on the second string, because you've got no fingers on it, right? So if you do sound it, it'll sound like this, which makes a chord rather than an octave, and it's an undesirable note there. So to get rid of that note, if you're strumming, you need to kind of lean your first finger across a bit, like this, so you still hold down the note on the third string, but you lean it across a little to mute out that second string there. So that cleans it up. Okay, now I've noticed some people sometimes play octaves like this, just plucking the notes individually. That's fine if you want to play it like that. That's more kind of like a classical guitar technique. That's how you would tend to play octaves with classical guitar. But if you want to get that Wes Montgomery sound, you strum them, okay? And make sure you're muting that string in the middle, okay? Other things that sound good with octaves is if you slide in by a half step. So yeah, to grease it up a bit, you'd go like this. Like that sort of thing, instead of just... See how that sounds more plain. So you can instantly get a more jazzy sound by sliding into the notes from time to time, and that'll kind of grease up the line a bit and sound cool. Okay, so that's about it. Whether you're using this pattern here on the other string sets, if you go down low, you'll have to use fingers 1 and 3. But the technique's the same. It's just that you still have to mute that string in the middle with your first finger. And you got to be careful on the lower strings to not strum the other strings on the guitar. You have to kind of be quite accurate with your strumming to make sure you only strum the notes that you want to sound. So that's an overview of how to do octaves technique on guitar. If you're watching this video in the Fret Dojo Academy, I do have some exercises in the Fast Lane Total Technique Roadmap for Jazz Guitar course that's included in the Academy. So if you look at that course, there is a module on there on octaves, or at least a few lessons I think, and there's some nice exercises to get a grip with this technique. But having said that, just learning the melody in octaves in this video is a great workout for octaves in itself. So without further ado, let's now cut to a demonstration of me playing Softly as in a Morning Sunrise in octaves. Let's do it. you.